The old beggar in the doorway asked for a turn with the bow. The men in the hall laughed. Every one of them had already tried it. Not one of them could bend the thing an inch. He was not an old beggar. To understand who he was, you have to go back 20 years. His name was Odysseus, and he ruled a small, rocky island called Ithaca. He had a wife, Penelope. He had a newborn son. Then the war at Troy called every king in Greece across the sea, and he went. The war lasted 10 years. It ended because of him. He was the one who thought of the wooden horse, and when Troy finally burned, he turned his ships toward home. The journey should have taken weeks. It took another 10 years. He landed on an island belonging to a one-eyed giant named Polyphemus, who trapped his crew in a cave and began eating them one by one. Odysseus blinded the giant and escaped. But as he sailed away, he could not resist shouting his own name across the water. The giant heard it, and the giant's father was Poseidon, god of the sea. That was the mistake. Not the blinding, the bragging. The sea turned against him after that. He lost men to a witch who turned sailors into pigs. He sailed to the edge of the underworld to ask the dead how to get home. He tied himself to a mast to hear the sirens sing and live. He steered between a whirlpool and a six-headed monster, and he chose the monster because it would only take 6 of his men instead of all of them. That was the kind of choice the sea kept giving him. He spent 7 years stranded with a goddess named Calypso, who offered to make him immortal if he stayed. He said no. He built a raft and left. He chose a life that ends, on an island barely worth having, with a wife who might not still be waiting. She was. And the hall was full of men eating his food and pressuring her to remarry. So he came home disguised as a beggar and asked for the bow. He strung it in one motion, then he turned it on the room. Homer's version of this story is roughly 2,700 years old, and it was sung out loud long before anyone wrote it down. Whether a real man made that voyage, nobody can prove. What survived is not the proof, it is the shape of the thing, because the beggar in the doorway was never really asking for the bow. He was asking to be recognized, which is what every long way home has always been about.